Hello and welcome. I've finally done it. I've finally subscribed to Warhammer 40,000 Conquest from Hatchett Partworks. I'm currently subscribed to their monthly novel subscription where they supply you with 2 Warhammer 40,000 or Horus Heresy novels every month. So I thought I'd take the plunge and go for the Conquest because I have this YouTube channel which is mainly about Warhammer 40,000 and the hobby. I've been in the hobby for well over 20 years and there are over 1,000 videos on my channel now. So I thought 1 or 2 of you would be interested in some of my thoughts and opinions on this subscription service. So if you don't already know, it is £8 an issue, which is quite steep. You know, by direct debit, that's £32 a month, which you could buy a codex or a box of miniatures. So it's quite a chunk of money that you obviously can't then use for other hobby related items. For your money, you get 4 issues, 1 a week. Anyway, so I've subscribed finally. This is my first package. It's quite bulky. I couldn't get it delivered through my mailbox, so I had to go and pick it up from a Royal Mail delivery centre, which kind of sucks. So if you're thinking about that and you're thinking, oh yeah, that'll go through the letterbox and things, well, it might not. So probably best to get it delivered to a place where, you know, where they can accept, or you've got really nice neighbours. Anyway, without further ado, because I could talk ages, I'm just going to open this up and we'll have a see what's included in issue number 1. So you get some glue, so you get some plastic glue. That's pretty good. I mean, already plastic glue is what, £3.50 or £4? So that's awesome. You know, and it's Citadel plastic glue, so already that's very, very good. What else is here? Anything? Oh, I've got some clippers. I've got the burgundy kind of colour clippers, but these look decent. These will do well, so that's nice. Normally these are a few £. So clippers, glue. Get that bit of information out. What else? Got the magazine itself. Oh, and that's it. So that's what you get. And this is issue number 1. I think people went crazy over this because it's £1.99. The first issue, £1.99, and you get the glue, the clippers, which I think is just for the subscription though, but you get 3 paints, which we all know are £2.50 each, and I think that gold paint is actually a bit more. So let's say they're £2.50 each, that's £7.50. You get a brush as well, it looks like. So £7.50, even if this was £8, you've already made your money up, and then you've got the miniatures as well. So let's open this and see. See what you get. So this is the magazine and these are the miniatures and things. So it might be worth me just doing this. Okay. So this is the Primaris. So these are the easy to build Primaris. They come pre-painted. They've got, you know, I say pre-painted. They are just in blue plastic, so you can keep them as they are if you really want. But they're going to be monopose. I've already got these. I think I got these in the first strike set, or even separately. But it's still 3 Primaris Space Marines at the end of the day. Oh, you get a brush. It's the starter brush, which isn't their kind of high quality brushes, but it's still a brush nonetheless. Obviously, I personally recommend the Winsor Newton brushes, big time. Yeah, they're a bit pricey at £4 to £7 or so. You can get them for £15 or £20, but I've never had to replace them. So whereas Citadel ones, I always tend to get the paints. Let's say Macragge Blue, Abaddon Black, which I always need because I've got black Space Marines, and Retributor Armour, which is a very good gold colour. So that's those paints, and then for some reason you've got cutouts there. There's one of the bases, but you get your 3. Come on, you get your 3 bases too. which go with the miniatures. So 3 paints, clippers, glue, paintbrush, and 3 models, £1.99. Yeah, I think in the shop I don't think you get the clippers and the glue, but even £1.99 for just 3 models, 3 paints and a brush is pretty good. If you've just started out to the hobby, it's not really recommended to use the paints directly onto the models. You know, you're best off obviously cutting them off the sprue, gluing them together, getting rid of the mold lines and things, which can show up when you paint, and then spraying them an undercoat, whatever colour you're going to choose for your Space Marines. If you're going to choose blue, even though they're blue, I'd spray them with McCrag Spray Blue, and then I'd paint them with the McCrag Blue paint, because the spray paint and the actual paint in the pot are different textures, different consistencies. Then after that I'd paint all of your details and the base and things, or you could do the base separate. But I will be going through this as a little journey, releasing videos when I can, as like a, I say, step-by-step guide. I'll be going through this whole Warhammer 40,000 Conquest as if I was a newcomer, a beginner to the whole of the hobby, because then hopefully I can help you through it and guide you through it. And you know, if you've got any questions, put them in the comments as always. So let's open up the magazine. Let's see what this is. Don't need the knife for this. Already looks like I can see some adverts and things for this. Ooh, right, so this is the magazine. Need some help. There we go. Delivered to your door. Only £4.99. So these are the next 2 issues. So you've got issue 2, which has Death Guard, which are, I say, the baddies, and you get some dice and you get the Death Guard green paint, and you actually look like you get a board and some range rulers. For issue 3, you're going to get 3 Primaris Space Marines again, but these are called Reavers with lead belcher, and it looks like you get a mold line remover and modelling kit. It was hidden. I do apologise. It's hidden. So small. Doesn't say Citadel on it, but it's just a piece of metal. I mean, yes, you can use it, but I would have rather it be a bit longer, to be honest. But it's still, you can still use it. It's still usable. Anyway, so that's issue 2 and 3, and then you've got ways to subscribe, and then you get all of these extra delivery things. So first delivery, you get all those. Third, it says free issue number 3 with your first delivery, but do I have that? At least not hidden anywhere, is it? No, doesn't look like I have that, so maybe that'll happen at some point. That does say with your first delivery, so well. Then you get painting handle and binders and brush set and so on. That's that. And then you get the magazine itself, so a bit of a backstory. I think this might be everything that Games Workshop have written already in the Dark Imperium set, but there you go. Quite detailed, how to build them, how to paint them. So step-by-step guide through all of this. And I will be going through in more detail with this issue as like a how-to kind of guide. So there you go, that's issue 1, and you also get this large poster, which if I unravel, it's got this huge poster of Primaris Intercessor Space Marine, and with a big advert for Warhammer 40,000 Conquest at the bottom. There's just like an icon for it, and then you've also got this big poster here that shows the first 4 issues, and it shows you build your armies week by week and collect all of this. Now it's going to be very interesting to see how they do the Repulsor tank and the Redemptor Dreadnought, whether the Redemptor is going to be the easy to build kit. Looks like it is, because there's no rocket pod. And the Repulsor, it's going to be interesting to see if you get 1 sprue with the magazine, or 1 sprue over 3 magazines. The scenery looks very interesting. Haven't had the little crane thing yet. It's going to be nice to get hold of a Chaos Rhino again, and a Myphitic Blight Hauler, which is a beautiful little vehicle anyway. And there are also some secret special Space Marines here? Well, this one is one that you can only get with issue 5, I think, but you also get models like the Librarian, which is like a £22 miniature. But again, I'll be going through this a bit more detail in the next video of this kind of mini series. Now it says build your armies week by week and collect all of this. So yes, you'll collect all of this and those paints and the brushes. It means that you might not get any more paints than that. And also it might mean that throughout all the issues, you might not get miniatures every issue. Have you thought about that? I think they've already had an issue not that long ago, because they are further in the subscription now, where they duplicated the miniatures. So they could duplicate some of these. And I did the maths, and if there are 80 issues, then it's going to cost you about £600 to £700 to collect all of this, which is a lot of money for these models, when you could get similar number of models by buying the Dark Imperium set twice, or by buying it once and buying all the models separately, and then not having to worry too much about all the scenery. But anyway, I'll be going through this step by step, and obviously if there are any negatives, I will one of the first to oust them out. But yeah, so far this looks like a very good addition, especially for the £1.99. I can't see why anybody wouldn't buy, you know, a number of these of issue number 1 just to get your 3 Primaris Space Marines. You know, you could get 4 issues and you'd have 12 Primaris Space Marines for £8, you know, under £10 gets you 12 Primaris Space Marines, which is incredible. Yes, they'll all look the same, but you could chip some of their pegs off and things and move their arms about to put them in slightly different poses. But I will be going through all of these aspects of this magazine very shortly in the next video, so join me for that. I want to say a huge thank you to all of you subscribers and viewers that keep up to date with the channel, and especially to all the patrons as well. Thank you ever so much for joining me today. Thank you for watching. The Emperor Protects.